Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been, I want to say 2 years now since I last posted a video, so I want to thank those of you who were patient and stayed with me. So enough of that, let's go ahead and get to the manicure. I'm going to be doing a gradient background, and then I'll be doing some stamping and a whole bunch of good stuff. So currently I have 2 coats of LA Colors Simply, and that's a pretty nude. I have 2 coats of that, as I mentioned. I have let that dry around my nails or cuticles. I have applied some liquid latex, and that's just for easier cleanup. And I will be doing a gradient with 2 colors. And well, it's technically 3 because I'm going to be reapplying the base color just to kind of help it blend more, I guess, naturally. So again, it's LA Colors Simply along with Orly, and this is Jealous Much. And this is Santee, and this is called Miss Me. And it's a really pretty soft pink. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this. I'm going to be using a disc, a CD disc that is no longer good. So we'll be doing that, and then I'll be using a kitchen sponge. If you can find these type of sponges, they're great. I've used to find them in Dollar Tree. I haven't been able to find them there anymore, so Family Dollar, and then just buy them in bulk and then cut them to size. What you want to start off by doing is grabbing a lint roller and just kind of applying the sponge to pick up any little lint or any little trash that might be stuck onto there, okay? And then let's go ahead and get started on the gradient. So I'm going to be using all 3. Make sure that you open them all up so that way you have them ready as you need it. I should have done that before I started, sorry. Okay, so I think I'm going to do the pink as a top, the green on the bottom, and then the nude on the bottom. So let's go ahead and start layering. So I'm going to apply the nude, as I mentioned, that's going to be on the bottom. And the green is going to be right above that. And then the pink is going to be the topper. So right now we're just going to apply it straight like this. We're not blending the colors or anything. We're just going to go ahead and establish the color pattern. I know it's kind of hard to get it on camera. My tripod wouldn't go this slow, so I had to kind of prop my my camera. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep doing this. As I mentioned, the first layer is just going to be basic establishing of color. Don't start blending yet, okay? So again, I'll do one more. Remember what colors you have on the sponge. You don't want to get like a mix going yet. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to all my nails, and I will do that in fast forward. Okay, now that we've finished with the first layer, second and third layer, we can go ahead and start kind of blending the colors together. And by that, I'm going to dance the sponge around a little bit just so it can get a better blend, because as you can see, all 3 colors are very distinct right now, but we want to go ahead and blend it again. So let's go ahead and just repeat that. So I'm putting the nude, and then the green is just going to slightly touch that nude. And then same with the pink, slightly touch on the green. Then again, don't forget what colors are on your sponge. And then we're going to dance it around like this. Kind of keep it the same way, but we're just kind of bouncing it around. And then just go ahead and apply. So you can see it definitely does make a difference. Don't worry if you feel like you've messed up. We're going to go back again one more time, because these are a little bit more sheer in consistency. So I usually do two passes, but when the colors are a little sheer like this, I have to do 3. So I'm just going to go ahead and repeat that on all the nails. And then it also helps if you kind of twist your finger around like this, just so you can get all the little corners. Okay, I have now completed 3 passes, and as you can see, the colors are nice and blended. Very subtle the way the nude goes into the light green, into the pink. So you kind of want to keep within the same colors of the blend. On the tip, you can I guess, blend them on the surface that you're using. So I want to show you a mistake that I did make, just so you don't have the same issue. I got a little impatient. This is the little patch I was using. I got impatient and I tried to glob on the paint, and it kind of like smeared onto the top layer. That's it. It's dead. Don't even use that anymore, because your well-seasoned sponge, almost like a cast iron pan, you know, it's already got developed its little characteristics, its color scheme. If you place this on there thinking, oh, okay, you know, I'll just kind of try to blend it somehow or salvage it. No, it's going to ruin your color. It's going to ruin the color palette. So just start over on a separate area and then just keep building as we were. So if this is one of the first times that you've ever done a gradient, you're probably wondering, why are you using a sponge and not a wedge? This is personal preference for me. I've seen people use wedges, which I will be using later on in the video to apply a glitter to the gradient. I don't like to do it with the actual gradient itself. I love these little porous little particles on the sponge, because to me it gives it more of a natural look gradient, but that's totally up to you. So another thing is, if you've never done a gradient, don't worry, it is going to be bumpy. I remember the very first time I did a gradient, I was like, whoa, okay, this is the way it's supposed to look. No. Once it dries, we're going to go ahead and apply a nice thick layer of top coat, and it'll smooth it out and make it look good as new. So I'm going to go ahead and just allow this to dry. Don't get impatient and then apply the top coat, because you've applied 3 layers in my case, and it's not dry. So if you apply that top coat, yeah, the top coat will dry, but the bottom won't. So if you touch something or smear it, that bottom layer is going to kind of smudge and mess up. So all your hard work, just be patient, sit by a fan, and then go ahead and peel off your liquid latex and apply your top coat. So I hope you guys found this video, or this section of the video, helpful, and just stay tuned. Thanks. Okay guys, sorry, I forgot that I wasn't done with the gradient part of the video. So this is the end result. As you can see, it's really nice and subtle how the colors go. So I did add top coat, and I did a little bit of cleanup. I didn't go too high on the cleanup, because like I said, I am going to do some additional nail art, and if I keep taking from the bottom, keep taking, eventually I'm going to have a big gap, and I don't want that. So now it's time. So the top coat has dried. I did want to mention, if you use a fast drying top coat such as Santee, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, don't put your nails directly in front of the fan, because it does tend to shrink, and so you'll have some cracks develop. So you want to be very careful. If you do have a table fan, just kind of keep it at a distance and keep, I want to say, within about a foot away, just so you can get a slight breeze. Anyways, enough of that. Here is the cosmetic wedge I mentioned. So again, you just want to kind of tap it on the lint roller to grab any little fuzzies or things like that off of it. And so I'm using Color Crazed Dizzy, and I like to use a cosmetic wedge with glitter, because I want the glitter itself. I don't want the liquid that comes with it. So the sponge is going to absorb the liquid and have the glitter sit up on top. Then you wait a couple seconds, and then you go ahead and apply. So I will do a couple nails, and then I will save you the agony of watching the whole manicure go through. So again, just make sure you don't have any little hair or anything on your cosmetic wedge. So we're going to start with the pinky. So on the pinky, I know I don't need too much. And so yeah, I applied very little, waiting for it to dry, and you'll notice when it's ready, because it'll be so obvious when the glitter comes up to the surface, and there it is. So I just kind of want to be very selective of where I place this, and then just lightly tap. Make sure you kind of tap, because you don't want to have a big old clump in one area. And then you can always add more, but you can never take less. So there it is, and I think I'm done with that. Like I said, it's a little heavy for me on the pinky, so now I know to be kind of careful on the rest of the nails. But like I said, I'm going to do some additional nail art, so it'll kind of help tone it down. And then I'll go ahead and do another one. So you don't have to go too wide on the sponge, because you're not rocking it back and forth, you're kind of going up and down. Again, I'm going to wait a little bit. Okay, looks like it's ready. And then slowly just kind of tap it down and bring it down. I mean, you can keep it up on the tip, or you can kind of gradually bring it down, and I like the way that one came out. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just continue that apply top coat, and that'll be it. So I'll show you the end result in the video. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this video into a 3-part series. So gradient is going to be a 2-part series. Gradient is going to be the first video. Second video is going to be the stamping. So just in case you're looking for a specific part, you don't have to watch the whole thing. So yeah, I'll have some pictures ready for you at the end of the video on the gradient. Thanks.